All right. We're back. Another episode of the Bring a Trailer Showdown, BaT versus BaT. And I got that special guest, the most special of special guests, Zach Chitwood.
What's going on, guys?
It's that dirty boy from the South.
Dirty boy.
So we're going to do one just a little different today. The auctions are currently going off, so the order of the cars are going to get all jacked up. So we're going to go reverse. Because if we did the other way, and they would just be moving around and it'd just stick the whole thing up. So we're just going to talk shit today, talk about some jiu-jitsu, talk about some cars, and just, talk about life and whatever's on the world. So, Zach, anything special in your world right now?
Oh, not a lot. Just ready for this economy to kick back off. I know we're all probably pretty sick of this. Being half-ass broke.
This economy? Well, are you going to set your watch by it, or are we going to set the long clock?
I don't know, man. I think it's either going to go, everybody's going to go broke all at once, or we're going to go broke slowly, and then, who knows, man? You never know. Anything can happen, man.
Hey, all I know is we're going to circle that drain together.
And we may start popping Russia. Hell, shit, I don't care. I'm ready for it.
And that's one thing that is going to have to be some catalyst to get things moving.
Yeah, it always is, man, in these kind of situations, It's what brought them out of it in the 30s, was got to duking with the Germans again. They're always good to punch on.
Who's left to send money to now? If we're sending money to Ukraine and
they fight too well. We should have known better. You can't send it to a bunch of dirty white boys from into Europe, man. Them jokers ain't playing, man. You send them jokers a couple of missiles and they can hit shit. They're shooting down. They're shooting down helicopters with javelins, which are meant for tanks. So them boys are good at bird hunting.
But I mean, are they actually using the stuff, or are they just selling it back in the open market?
I never thought about that. It'd be a good idea if they did. But
a lot of those weapons are ending up in different places already.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, I mean,
there's going to be a plane come down with a Star Spangled Banner right on the side of that missile.
I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I think they're too busy fighting for their homeland. You just can't ever tell about that kind of deal. But you see a lot of those good fighters, man, are coming to hell. They got the ex-MMA guy, world champions over there, shooting, and the poor bastard runs into him that just got pulled out of a protest. He's gonna have a rough day.
Yeah, that's true. That's a bad day for sure. And I guess we're thinking this because USA and Iran just had their World Cup match, and of course I was joking, it's like the losing country going to bomb the other one.
Oh, them boys right there, they were fighting for.
They take it pretty serious.
Yeah, them boys for Iran, you got to feel for them a little bit, because when they laid down, they weren't laying down in defeat. They were just thinking about that shock therapy they were getting when they got home. That ain't going to be a pretty ride. And that's just
like them days in Iraq, Usay and Qusay. If you didn't perform well, you got tortured.
Slapped the bottom of your feet with a stick, son.
Let's talk about some of these cars. That's the kind of whole gimmick here and the whole framework of the podcast is all these cars are going off on auction. And I wanted to show you this one here, this old Alfa Romeo. I call those the quintessential bring a trailer car because I've seen them many, many, many times on this site, and they go for money that you wouldn't even imagine. And they look like they're a $20,000 car because 5 years ago they were a $20,000 car.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It looks like an Alfa Bringo Rencho. I don't know if, what are you going to do if that thing breaks down? I mean, that's going to be a tough one. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, I had a buddy, he was into those, what do they call them? What are the little midget cars? What do you call those?
Kind of, yeah.
The British ones?
Yeah.
MGs?
Yeah, the MG midgets.
And that joker had like 30 of them and had 2 of them running out of all 30 of them. Just because it took all the parts of them. But I don't know what that rascal will bring. It's pretty red, but I don't know you're going to pick up any chicks in that. They're going to think you just stole your dead granddad's car.
No, I think it's a sweet car. I like it.
Now that Ferrari.
That one's pretty sweet too.
I mean, that's what I'd take right there. I mean, you don't need much more than that, and you're in business.
Man, how you be able to afford gas in that thing these days?
Man, if you can afford that car, you ain't even worried about gas.
Overheard someone the day we were talking about some store here that never has price tags on the shelves.
I know exactly what store you're talking about.
Yeah. I was like, bro, if you got to ask, probably not the store for you.
Yeah, don't be in here. You don't need this beef jerky, son.
All right, let me remove the curtain. $150,000
for that car.
Yeah.
A 1974 car.
Yeah.
Who got shot in it?
Probably JFK.
No, but that's crazy.
The first time he got shot.
The first time he got hit, maybe. No, I don't know that. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that at all. Man.
I have no clue what makes that car worth 150 grand. Maybe it's been because it was completely redone. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but those prices. I just can't believe it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Maybe I'm too much of a country boy.
I mean, also that Ferrari, is that a normal price or is that just up? I mean, here's my question: on these older cars, with the market as stupid as it is, new cars, if you order them from the factory, you can get them at a decent price. But if anything hits a lot, you're gonna add a.
Man, for those 458, something about the specials. They're getting like $500-600 grand.
That's not a bad thing.
So 400 grand for that. I mean, if you got the money for it, more power to you.
Yeah.
So let's roll through and talk. If we see something cool, we'll talk about it. I mean, what the fuck are those fence posts on that?
Well, I mean, if you got to ask, you ain't in the game.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that car's somewhere deep in the
That's a United Nations car.
Yeah, that some bitch is down somewhere in Zimbabwe or somewhere.
Yeah, used by the British military for sure.
Oh yeah, is that what it says?
Yeah.
It looks like you remember them. It looks like it's got those air fresheners on it from back in the day in the '90s.
Yeah.
Them Crown air fresheners you see back in the Crown Vic or something.
It's definitely been in the jungles. Old Datsun, another race car. Yeah, Ferrari. How about that Datsun pickup? It's right-hand drive from Japan.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's I mean, that'd be a one of them. I gotta have a car yesterday. Look at that bid on that $5,000. That's that third EWI, son. That's the hitter. That's the one you put the interlock in and just leave it. And every time you get off of it, probation, you park that thing, and then when you get another one, you just get back in it.
You ever had to call a side piece up to come blow you in the parking lot? And what I'm talking about is the interlock.
No, but.
Somehow I've lucked out from not having to have the interlock, but I did have this girl one time. She called me up because she had got a DWI, got the bar. She's like, "Hey, I know you're working, but can you come start my car for me?"
Yeah, I've had interlock a couple times in my life, and yeah, they're pretty on time. But I'll tell you what'd she do after 10 minutes when that thing went off again?
I think she lived 9 minutes away.
That's what you got to do.
She lived down the road. I met her in AA, by the way.
So you just get in AA browsing for chicks?
Sometimes you do that.
Oh my God! You like that bastard off of Fight Club?
Like a Saturday night.
Yeah, late Saturday night. Just let's go to a sex addiction class. See if we can.
Those girls are down 2 pounds. They're down to party.
Yeah, they are.
I'll tell you a story.
I met my first wife at a rehab. That was terrible.
I'll meet my third wife at a rehab.
Yeah,
I haven't had one yet, but I know it's coming. So I had this job. It was got the DWIs, got fired from. I got hired on a Friday, done fired on a Monday because I went and got a DWI to celebrate the job. That was like $250,000 hit for sure. And so I had to take this bullshit job. And everyone that worked there had something going on they had to go to court for. And so my boss on it, we would go to AA on Saturday, go pick up a chick, go to the bar. And so he had the keys to the place. And so we'd take girls in there and go get the company van because none of us had like driver's license. We couldn't drive our cars out and about because, so we take the company vans, the company cars, and go just fuck them up. Go to Dixon Street. One time we brought some girls back to the office, and of course we had a bunch of copy machines. I talked them into like photocopying their tits.
Jesus.
And I was like, I want to go ahead and photocopy my ass. I went through the glass, cut my ass all up, bled all over the place.
Damn, son.
We come in Monday morning, it's like CSI. Crime scene investigation units are out and about.
Real ones?
Yeah. They had the cops out there, trying to get thumbprints and fingerprints. Of course, my prints are all over, but I work there, so, I mean, shit. Of course my prints are going to be all over it. Blood streaming everywhere. I thought I cleaned it up. Blood all in the bathroom. Blood all over the copy machine.
They'd look at everybody's asses.
Yeah, just line them up. Can you identify these ass cheeks?
Can you see whose chode that is, please?
And the fun part about that night, there was a narc-ass dude that worked there, the straightest, most just guy that would turn you in for nothing, lived literally across the street. And so Pete's big ass head, we could see him like watching TV or whatever through his window. And so that made it, more of a challenge for us to see if we could get in and out without him noticing and get caught and go do our
The
dirt.
thing I noticed back in the day is like, let's talk about this car though first.
Monte Carlo?
Yeah. The person that owned that car is a bleach blonde named Leanne. There's no doubt in my mind.
I could see that.
Leanne got 2 kids. One of them got an orange sippy cup. It's probably in the back seat still. And I guarantee you there's some RO Speedwagon in that tape deck.
Dude, he's RO Speedwagon. She's listening to like some Lafarge, some like R&B.
Oh no. Hey, you ever notice like when you were back in the day when you was drinking a whole bunch and you think, you ever go into places that you're drunk as hell in and you realize that this room ain't as big as I thought it was, and everybody probably saw what I was doing.
Yeah.
It's like holy shit, I thought that was a mile away. No. They knew what I was doing.
Maybe it's my anxiety, but like I'll go into a place and it seems huge. Then like the 5th or 6th time, I'm like, this is a fucking shack.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else we got up here. Oh, I do like that truck. Those high boys are cool.
Yeah, I had one of those. I had a red one back when I was farming in Mississippi County, and that was exactly a 19. That's exactly what I had.
That's
and
badass.
And that thing has got a stick shift on the ground. You got to kick that joker in the 4th gear with your foot.
It's got that 463 speed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, there's old Beetle.
Yeah.
10.5 on the Beetle, 10.250 on that Volvo wagon. Yeah. I mean, the Beetle's cool. Been redone. It's nice.
Don't ever buy a Volvo if you're suicidal. It ain't going to happen.
You survive the wreck.
You'll make it every time.
Porsche. There's some cool stuff on auction day I want to look at. I don't know. Some people's like, why you talk about cars? I'm like, well, it's a car podcast. That's the whole deal.
Yeah, they like, what do you want us to talk about? Nursery rhyme?
Yeah, that's the structure of this thing. We're gonna tell stories and we're gonna talk shit and we're gonna whatever. But that's the whole deal. Is like, hey, we're gonna come talk about some. Cool
There's that
cars.
van. They found that van.
that is a church van. That is definitely on its way to church camp.
Or that's taking you to pick up trash or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? I can see that van. That van, there's been some misuse of government funds with that van.
There's been some stinky pinkies for sure.
Yeah.
3,300 on that. Now, I would love to have a 4-wheel drive like E350 diesel van.
Yeah.
I would love to have one of those. That would be so fun. Jack it up, 6-inch lift, put the big old meats on it, just redneck it out. That Land Rover's that's my jam. That's one of my dream vehicles right now.
Yeah, they
the diesel, the 110, the 4-door. Yes, sir. I like those a lot.
Does that have a flat tire? It does.
No, it's not flat. It's got a shadow on it.
The difference now between which one of these things do you think would be best? If you say you were stuck, say you were going to be like out, like in a South African farm somewhere.
Like overlanding?
No, like you had to have that car and there wasn't nowhere to go. Which one would you take?
The fucking Land Cruiser.
That's what they say, but they're both made for that,
Yeah. I mean, the Land Cruiser is what people go to Africa and do these like 3,000-mile treks across no man's land.
But a Land Rover also, back in the day, that's why you see them so much down in Africa, is because they're, they don't ever break down hardly. The old ones did. Now these, I don't know. And you could fix them, man. Back in the day, you could fix stuff. You could fix it. Like a 1993 Chevrolet, you could fix that. You could get to the alternator, you could get to the water pump, and you could fix that. I mean, I could change the brakes on them. Nowadays, you just can't do it. Now that Land Cruiser, those are good too. I don't know, man, but that.
Yeah, you get those parts anywhere in the world.
Yeah,
that's the thing about Toyotas. Anywhere you're at, you're gonna be able to find parts.
Yeah, and also the Taliban rides in them, so they're pretty sturdy, man. Yeah, anything you can mount a machine gun in the back of, you'd be all right. Let a tiger get a hold of your ass with a 50 cal in the back.
That's what I need for these coyotes. I need machine guns.
You got coyotes?
Oh yeah.
You can hunt them with a tape. Did you know that?
A tape?
You've never done that?
What do you mean, a tape?
A tape call. So like when I was farming, we had a coyote problem, and coyotes is one of the only species of animals that you can officially hunt at night with electric call, which means a tape recorder.
Okay.
So what you do is you get, and it's a murderous thing. You get a tape recorder and a loudspeaker, and you put the mating call on, the distress call, and then you get a spotlight, and they just come running in, and you just start pop, 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 pop.
My neighbor was doing that last year, and I ran down to the creek with miniguns to go. And he was calling them in. He was using a hog call to call them in. I was like, "Oh, those fucking pigs are back." I was like, "Let's hit it." And
Yeah.
He started yelling out. He's like, "It's me, it's me." I was like, "You close. You about got it."
Yeah.
So I was doing last night. It was foggy, so we got this field right next to the house, and they like to come up in there. And the neighbor that has that field, he puts these hay bales on the fence line, so it creates these shooting alleys basically.
Yeah.
But so they kind of get trapped because they can't run on the fences and go. But I just can't ever get close enough to them.
You got to get that call, man. You got to get hit and then
bring them in.
Fire the light up. I mean, get you one of them lights that, show you the curvature of the earth, and then you can pop them, man. Because that one of the funnest nights I ever had. Probably the only time me and my stepbrother ever got along was killing all those coyotes. I hit him the dude could fight a little bit, so he got to, he was much older than me. I was about 14. I was about 14, and so I had to. He was getting me pretty good, so I just hit him with the damn truck, and and I didn't think I was gonna get in much trouble. Usually you don't get in much trouble. I'm defending myself.
Just give him a little bump, or did you mean it?
I knocked the shit out of him, but and then it did. That's when my dad and stepmom were first married, and she was like, she wanted me hung, and I was like, Dad, he was whipping my ass, and I just knocked him down with that truck. He was like, you just can't knock your stepbrother down with a truck, son. He said, did you get out and whoop him? I said, no, I just left him in the field. I figured to walk back to town would be enough he'd think on it.
Yeah, you'd have a little different point of view by the time he got back home.
Yeah. And then from that point on, we never fought again because he knew I would take any means necessary to defend myself.
There's a lot to that. Old Bronco and GTO, those are sweet.
What the fuck is that?
Thank you very much. That's what I said the first time I saw one of those.
What is that, a swimming pool in the back of a Volkswagen?
It's like a bus truck.
I mean, what is that? Is that for picking Mexicans up at Home Depot?
Oh, you get all the neighborhood yards done.
I mean, that's what that is. You pick it up and just say, look, $4 an hour, get in the back, and just have rakes lined up all down the left-hand side of it. Or blowers. Now, you ever seen a Mexican with a blower? They can do some outstanding things. They're Picasso with one.
I did see a dude in Fayetteville yesterday blowing leaves in his yard by himself, outside, wearing his face mask.
That's a retarded person.
Yeah. I mean, if it was one of those masks where, you're trying to avoid, dust and particles.
Was he avoiding dust or was he?
No, he's just being queer.
He's one of them motherfucking go look at that 1981 DeLorean.
Yeah, talking about the SAT scores we got to fix.
Yeah, we could go back in time.
Yeah, we're so not getting jobs. If people ever listen to this podcast.
If people ever start listening to this podcast, it better take off or we're getting fired and not getting jobs.
Look at that Camaro.
Yeah.
That's the exact Camaro I kind of want.
Yeah.
The 68, the big bug eyes. It's under 30. Man, that's going to be hard for me not to put a bid in. That's going to be hard.
Do it. I'll go shotgun.
I mean, shit, we're not making any money, so might as well just put it all in cars and depreciate assets.
Yeah, you got to write something on.
Well, that's something 310. Oh, Ford GT. Yeah, suckers are crazy. Man, that Ducati looks fast. I know it is fast, but it just looks fast.
Yeah, that used to be my favorite. They used to be bright red or orange, weren't they?
I don't remember.
I think they were like a orange. They used to be when I was a kid. I always wanted a Ducati. I've noticed though as I've gotten older, I am much more. I suck at riding motorcycles now. I mean, I got a buddy that just...
You keep wrecking them.
Yeah, well, yeah. I've broken a lot of stuff on them. But I got a buddy who's still fearless on them. And it's just amazing. If it's just... But once you break a couple bones, I don't know, though. You see them cats that ride around on that moto, and they don't give a shit. I mean, get in a fist fight with one of them if you want to.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Is that the same one, that GT that was on there last...
Nah, it's a different one.
Jesus, there's people with money everywhere. Don't you have to buy it? Don't you have to get a list and promise to keep it for so many years?
On the new ones, you had to. And then I know Ford was suing people that.
Who'd they
immediately
sue?
put
They
them-
got a hold of what they seen them, wasn't it?
I don't know exactly who. I saw stories where people that sold them as soon as they got them, put them on auction. Ford was like, "Fuck you."
I think John Cena got sued because he couldn't fit in it and sold it, but he got out of it because he couldn't fit in it.
So, I mean, that's a good excuse.
I mean, look, I'm taking jeans back if I can't wear them. Fuck that shit. Motherfuckers ain't no better than Dillards.
All right, that's Suburban. Is that sell the Blazer, get a Suburban? Because I kind of want a big lift truck like that, but
I would say yes, because when this market finally does turn, we're going to need more than that fucking Blazer, and we're going to raise some hell.
because I need to be able to put some people in it.
Yeah, we're going to
And
need.
that Blazer's just lifted too much. 40-inch tires.
Well,
12,
what we need
15-inch
is
lift. It's
just see if that Suburban will make it to Vegas, because we're going out there and we're going to get us some classic ones and bring them back.
And I've never been to Vegas because I'll get married. I know it.
Why don't you tell them last time? Start the story out. Last time I went.
Last time you went to Vegas,
Yeah.
like when you're missing for days and no one can find you.
Yeah, that day.
All right, I really don't know it. I know our boss man was calling everybody and everyone he could mention, like, where is Zach? Finally got a hold of him. He's like, you need to be here in 2 hours or your shit can.
Yeah.
And you're like, boss, can't do it.
Yeah. So
Physically, literally, in no possible way can I be there today.
So we got a pretty cool boss. He understands the sales mentality, and so I got ripped up drunk. And this is back when we first started killing it. So we were making more money than this farm boy had ever seen. And I got tanked up, and then they had this thing out of XNA where it's a $99 flight out to Vegas.
Oh yeah, those Allegiant flights are dangerous.
Yeah, so you go out there on a Thursday and you're supposed to be back on a Sunday. Well, once you get to Vegas, you find out it's a totally different lifestyle. It's not like a deal of I'm going to go play a couple. Well, at least not to me. I'm not there for what they call the family environment. So I get out there and just I had some money at the time, and I got fucking up and won some damn money. Then I met some interesting people. And end up, I swear I ate that $500 hamburger that had gold on it. And then, so I long story short, Sunday it's still going on fun. And of course, I think I'm winning at the casino. This ain't never going to end.
Yeah, usually by day 3 in Vegas, I hear people are just like done and ready to come home.
Yeah, not me. That's just when I'm becoming local. And so I had won a lot of money. And then I see my phone's got like 56 missed calls. And I'm like, shit. I had to turn to the person next to me. I said, what fucking day is it? And they were like, Monday. I was like, son of a bitch.
And so missed 2 flights.
Well, not that. To realize you've missed 2 flights, you first have to realize that you're not fucking in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Yeah.
So when I just see
things to be doing.
Yeah, I see I don't know where I am, to be honest. So I wake up and then I obviously know this person's too attractive that not against any knocks to the girls here, but I'm like, this motherfucker ain't from here. And I need to. So where the fuck are we? She's like, you're in Caesar's Palace, motherfucker, in a fucking expensive room. And I'm like, oh shit. And so then I finally answer the phone. It's my boss. He says, look here, man. It's 10 o'clock. You be here by 2 hours, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, or you're fired. And I was just, at first I hang up and I'm like, I turned to her. I said, well, I'm fucking fired. And she's like, well, let's just get after it. And I was like, well, I agree with you, but let's, I said, since I'm already fired, fuck it, I'm going to call back and tell the truth. And this is where I found that sometimes the truth will set you free. So I called back. I said, look, boss, I can't be there in 2 hours. He says, you hung over and all that? I said, yeah, I'm hung over and all that, but that ain't why I can't be there in 2 hours. He said, why not? I said, I'm 2,200 miles away, and it's not physically possible. And the only flight I can get is Wednesday. And he goes, what the fuck are you doing? And then he starts laughing because at this time, shit, he wants to know the story. And he knows if he's too hard on me, I'm not going to tell him the story. And so I just said, well, boss, I got out here to Vegas, missed my flight back, and I'm going to have to get a bank loan to get back home and get a plane ticket. And so I did, but that was one of those classic Vegas stories to where you're just like, yeah. It's
Just go blow it out.
Well, yeah, blow it out, but then you got to realize that you're dancing. The devil is there.
Not hard to find.
No, he's selling raffle tickets.
Let's show the cars to get on here. We'll bust up out of here. It's a cool little Jaguar. I dig. That looks like a Ferrari Daytona. I don't know if I like it as much anymore.
Yeah, Jaguars are. I had an uncle that was a lawyer in Dallas. Still is. He for one of them fracking lawyers. He loves Jaguars. But they changed. You know, they're not like they used to be. They make them here in America now, don't they?
Yeah, Ford bought them.
Yeah, not like they were. Same as Saabs, man. I had a Saab. I loved it, but then when GM got them, I didn't like them anymore.
That's the ugliest paint job I've ever seen on Aston.
That's what you need to get for you.
Torino?
Your pissed off uncle.
Yeah, you know it. I got a couple. Love that 3-wheeler.
What is it? $1,000. Let's go in on that bitch.
Fuck yeah! It's got the red, white, and blue.
Look, let's get that thing in
America.
70 cc's too. Let's get that thing, and if things don't get better, let's ride that bitch right through the front door of work. Walking a wheelie. I'll be on the back of it, carrying an American flag, screaming, fuck it.
Cole be doing wheelies for sure. He's like, come on, Dwayne, do wheelie.
How in all honesty,
easy.
what is the most dangerous vehicle ever made?
That 3-wheeler right there.
Yeah, whoever came up with that said, let's break somebody's collarbone and neck. I mean, because you cannot, there's no
All
way
the
to
way
ride that
the
safely.
neck bone to the toe bone.
Yeah, there's no. I've almost died on those 1,000 times too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, worst butt whipping I ever got was on a 3-wheeler. It just disappeared underwater, and they were like, "Where is it?" I'm like, "It's in that river." But yeah, see, stuff like that I dig, man. Like that's classic Americana. I mean, that's stuff that just people like today don't understand. They don't know shit about that.
Kids today don't know nothing about having fun.
Or that or anything. I mean, that's what I mean. Back in the day, in the '70s, you'd have that smoking a Marlboro. Fuck it. Cop would see you and probably wave.
If cops were ever up, they'd probably ride it with you.
Yeah. No, you're riding that wrong, son. Here. Looks like that beer's hot.
Raptor and a Woody.
Wagoneer. That's from a divorced dentist. Ain't no way that family made it. Look, that's probably everybody look at that Wagoneer right there, and then keep your eye on Netflix. That's going to be on one of them serial murder killer things.
$7,600 and no reserve. That's actually a pretty decent buy because those things, they're bringing some good money. More Broncos. I like replicas. When I was having to scroll to the bottom, I saw a couple cars there I wanted to get your opinion on. Just because. And those old minis. Not the R8. Those two. The Jaguar Mark II from 1961 and a 72 Citroen. Because I know you like those Citroens after seeing last week.
Yeah, now, I found out, I got to digging around on these Citroens. And did you know that these things, this ain't no shit, y'all can look it up. All ambassadors and special envoys are in Citroens because they're harder to plant a bomb on than any other car.
Huh.
Guy told me that.
Like full on steel frame.
You can check them quick, and I mean that is the hardest car to blow somebody up in, and that's why you'll see them like in any movie. You'll see a lot of those, and I got to talking about it to him, and he was like, he knows something about it, and he's like, yeah, you know why they use those, don't you? You know, they use them for ambassadors or, you know, different people and public figures in other countries because those are the cars that are the hardest to plant a bomb on. And, if that's how your life's going right now, I don't know. Maybe you got shit in better places than I do, but I may check under the hood every once in a while. But that car is the hardest to place a bomb on than anything in the world, and that's what they're known for, man. And
is it that skid plate that was on underneath?
No, I guess it's just the simplicity of the car that you can look under and see everything, and you're just like, this motherfucking thing with this.
Yeah, that one's a 4-door.
Yeah, I mean those are. I didn't know that, but other people, and I asked several people about it after that, and they were like, yeah. That's the hardest car to fucking bomb, and I'm like,
sounds like a challenge to me.
Oh yeah. So any of you would be assassins.
Yeah, don't be hitting up them Citroen.
Don't be hitting up them Citroens because you're gonna put a dent in your resume.
Yeah, you're just basically throwing a black cat at them.
Yeah,
little firecracker.
Yeah, little firecracker, and you're probably gonna get caught too. And it's just not gonna look good. It's like it's like dating that girl you feel bad for, taking her to the prom just as a friend, but then that's the motherfucking picture that winds up in the yearbook. That kind of shit.
And you end up with a baby.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're raising 2 kids. You hate them both. You try to be nice to them, but you just, you're putting them in the worst colleges. telling them that, hey, look, son, trade schools are way better than college. You want to be a plumber? Why the fuck would anybody tell their kid they want? I mean, that's just got. No, I see why they make a lot of money though. That's your shit. You dig it out.
College is kind of a scam these days. I'm about to go back. I'm going to take another class this coming semester. Oh shit! Tuition has like more than doubled since I was back like 10 years ago into it. Last class.
Yeah, college is ridiculous. But you do now. I'll say this about it. You with a degree, unless you're an engineer or anything that you're going to be learning, or even film school or something that teaches you to do something, a liberal arts degree. But you do learn enough and where you can start to put things together in your head as far as what's going on around you.
Supposed to.
But that doesn't mean you got to have the degree
critical
either.
Thinker.
You can read enough books. It don't make it shit. I mean, I've got a master's degree in mass communications and journalism, but that doesn't mean. I don't think that thing might have got me in the door, but it never
sealed the deal.
No, it ain't never done anything since.
Nah, it's more about the relationships that you make and the people you meet, and the people you stick with, and just ride through life with. Now, my business classes I took, not a one of them taught me much of anything I didn't already know.
Because what they don't teach you, what they teach you in business class is it's supposed to be all above the board, and what you learn when you get in a corporation is
none of it. This
is a legalized mafia with tax incentives. I mean, that's all the fuck it is. I mean, if you get in big business, you'll learn that it's it's not a crime family, but they're doing the same thing. They're just doing different things, and it's the same. Either you're an earner or you're not.
That's right. Makers or takers.
Yeah.
That's all I want in my life. I want people that are makers. If you're a taker, sorry, got nothing for you. Can't use you. Don't need you in my life. Don't need your influence. Don't even want to look at you. You better be a maker. Be a maker in this world. Do not be a taker.
Yeah, you can't take. But that other car,
that Jack's sweet.
I mean, it is sweet, but
if I can remember his last name, I'd throw it at you. The dude from Helena, his name was Floyd. Worked for the DHS. I remember he had a white, 90-something Jag I thought it was a pretty cool car. He's a cool dude.
DHS?
Yeah, Department of Human Services. But he's a farmer out that way. But he also had had an office job.
He was ridiculously rich then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll find that in eastern Arkansas. There's a bunch of old money. Old money. They just fucking around. And there's some geniuses over there, too, that you see them in a country club bar somewhere. Now, when I say a country club bar in eastern Arkansas, it ain't what you think.
It ain't Bel Air.
No, it's a honky it's a honky tonk that you can charge stuff at. But yeah,
kind of place.
Yeah, you'll find some real smart people, and you'll find people with some weird ass projects. Hell, my uncle built a fucking submarine, and tried to put that sumbitch in the Mississippi River. Now we don't know where he is right now, but
shit. By now he's probably floating around the Caymans.
Yeah, I mean, the
currents might have took him down that way.
No, we got him back. We had to get a boom tractor and get him back. About if you just put where I'm from, if you put a flat bottom boat in the Mississippi River, you'll be in Memphis, Tennessee in 35 minutes, faster than you can get there on the road. So I got a fucking ticket for skiing in front of the pyramid. There's a picture of it somewhere. I'll get that out.
Like jet skiing, or
no,
you're talking about
skiing behind a boat,
like a ski boat
in Memphis in May.
Oh, hell, my man.
Hey,
man.
The two guys driving the boat were cops. And they wouldn't tell the other cops they were cops because they thought they'd get in more trouble. I was like, what the fuck is the point of being a cop if you can't say I'm a cop?
No doubt.
I mean, isn't that the main thing?
I thought that was like thin blue line.
They wouldn't say shit. I got a buddy to get us out of the ticket. A Grazani who owns a restaurant.
Spanish. Show your badge Mexican. And it's all good.
Yeah, I think they're more worried about losing that badge, but
they
got a ticket for going too close to a barge.
Here's the moral of today's podcast. If you're worried about losing your job, well, you're just not going to have any fun in life. You're not going to take any risk. You're not going to do anything that's interesting. So just stay in your lane, I guess.
No, I mean, that's the kind of that's what I tell you what. That's a good point, man. I've been thinking on something bothering me. That's a good point. Is you do see people in this world, and you've seen them at work, and you've seen them everywhere that they could tell that son of a bitch, you have to eat a half a pound of dog food to keep this $15 an hour job, and that son of a bitch would do it.
Yeah.
And then there's other people like me who will just buck and cuss and but you're moving the thing in the right direction. But it amazes me that there are people in this world that will just eat an immense amount of shit all the time. I just, I won't. It's hard for me to ever feel like I'm
I don't like
knocked
the
out.
taste of it, so
No.
I'm not too particularly fond about it.
No, you put some pet milk on it, it'll do a crunch. But that's the difference. That's some deep shit to think about, really. That some people just live scared, man.
Yeah, you can't live scared. You won't truly be happy at all. And that's back to being a maker or taker.
Yeah.
Takers are going to live scared. They're just going to go on about their lives without doing anything special, without trying. That's my biggest thing in life. At least try. No matter what it is, no matter what your dream is, no matter what you think you can do or want to do, at least try. At least try.
Yeah, I mean, at least take the shot, and then you know in your mind if you made it or didn't. At least you did take the shot.
That's why we're doing the podcast. Shoot or shoot.
Shoot or shoot, yeah.
And on that, we're done for this episode. See you in a few days.
Later, boys.